Ladies and gentlemen, good morning. No, it's not 3:30 in the morning. That it's not. Jay, the real deal, became the real deal. He took out the cockroach spray and he chased the cockroach away is what he did. He said a few things that kind of made the cockroach think a little bit. You know what they say, you turn the lights on and the cockroaches, they all run in hiding. Like the cockroach likes to say, "What's wrong? You got your feelings hurt?" Well, when Jay did his little soliloquies there, apparently the cockroach got his feelings hurt. Yeah, he sure did. By the way, I hope he is off. I don't got too much to say, really, anymore. Let him be a good boy. Stay off YouTube. Maybe a little late because I think the damage is really done. I would think so. Of course, Jay did call me a piece of shit, and I'm not sure what that's all about because I used to talk to Jay on the phone, but that's okay. But he did say one thing. The one thing I know about Frank, he is no fucking pedophile. Well, thank you for that, Jay. Well, I know I'm not, but thanks for mentioning that anyway. Thanks for the support. Appreciate that much. Besides you calling me a piece of shit, but that's okay. I'm a big boy. I'll get over that. But I got to give Jay credit that he came on and he kind of let people know that, he knows some shit. He's got an ace in his back pocket, and I know he does. That's a fact. He's got an ace in his back pocket because he knows the cockroach very well. Very well. He knows what he did. I don't know. I wish you were here, Jay. I could use you on my team legally, actually, but I don't think I even need to do that at this point, really. Cockroach just gave some excuse. I'm getting off. Oh, because everybody's turning on me. Everybody's turning on me because you lie. Now, I don't want to sound like Jay here now. I'm not going to put on the Aussie accent, but basically, Jay knows the score. And if anybody on here, and I mean anybody, beyond me or anybody else, he knows the score. Jay knows. Because there is nobody on here, and I said again, nobody that knows the score better than Jay. Nobody. Nobody. He was roomies with the cockroach. He's witnessed some horrible acts when it comes to women. Well, Jay prefers young women too, but legal age. Got to give Jay that credit. He has a taste for younger women. But I do not ever believe that Jay ever crosses the line on that. I won't buy into that. Jay likes them young. It's his prerogative, but I don't think Jay is going to go for that young, if you know what I'm saying. I think Jay knows his limitations. I don't know about you all, but I'll give him that much. Jay knows his limitations. He likes them young. Okay. I don't think Jay is going to cross the line. I just don't think he is. No, I'm not trying to kiss up to Jay or anything like that at all. I think Jay knows his limits. That's my opinion, and I'm going to stick to it. But he gave a lashing to that crawling creature, the cockroach, and he said what he had to say. And let me tell you, he has a lot more to say. Oh, he does. And if he had to, he will. So don't jump on Jay. Even if he did call me a piece of shit, I could live with that. But he got the cockroach running and hiding, and all he left on is a few shows from his girlfriend. But he can't remove, well, he could remove his shows, but it doesn't mean that they were not copied. Does not mean that they do not exist, because they do. Papa, are you up this early yet? Let me see, what is it? If it's 6 in the morning here, 6 p.m. Okay, yeah, he would be up. Hi, Popeye. I got to go through my morning routine and say hello to Robert. Robert, I got a better mobility bike than you do. Mine's covered. Ooh. Oh, yeah. I know. We're so fucking broke around here. It ain't fucking funny. I know. All the money went out on legal shit. Oh, my God. Oh, a lot of it did. No lying about that. It's all worth it, though. It's just all fucking worth it. So you want to see me in a cell with you there, cockroach. You want me in your den. You already got this Indian guy that's pissed at you, man. I think that's also in part what he's trying to behave. That guy's, probably telling the guards is what's actually in part is that this Indian guy who don't give a shit anymore because he's going to be deported just like the cockroach is. So he don't give a fuck about shit. He ain't going to take nothing from the cockroach. He already came up to him and told him, man, that you need to fucking keep it down. I don't want to hear you yelling and screaming on fucking YouTube. He probably told the guards that he's using his fucking phone. That's another factor probably why he's getting off, because he probably told the guards, because he's always hiding from the guards when he's doing a live show. You ever notice when he says, oh, hold on, guys? That's because, he's on the 3rd floor. And when the guards are coming upstairs, you could hear them going up the steps. You've seen the layout of the place, okay? That's always when he goes on pause. That's what's happening when he goes on pause. That's exactly. Remember him saying one time, oh, guys, the guards don't know that I'm actually on the phone right now. What haven't you done, cockroach, that hasn't pissed the whole world off? What haven't you done? Stay in there, girls. No, stay in there. What haven't you done to piss the world off? What haven't you done? What haven't you done? Hey, Raining. This is the circle the rants, raves, and goes quiet for a while, then pipes up against when he can't stand in it anymore. But he knows he don't want to fuck with Jay. He knows that. He knows that. Jay would kick his ass from here to eternity. I don't have any fucking doubts about that. None. He got his let me use his own words. He got his feelings hurt when Jay, the man he says that he loves like a brother, turned on him. He got his feelings hurt. Famous words coming from the cockroach. What's the matter? You got your feelings hurt? Well, what happened to you? Did you get your feelings hurt? Did you, cockroach? You got your feelings hurt. Oh, we feel for you. with your little cockroach feelers. Look, cockroach, your girlfriend have been telling you left and right you need to fucking get off YouTube. Your viewers are telling you need to get off fucking YouTube. Everybody's telling you you need to get off fucking YouTube, but you're burying yourself deeper and deeper and deeper in shit. Hello, Jerry. Yeah, good squirter raid got him going, huh? The crawling insect type. There's two types. You want to buy bug spray. Don't buy the all insect. You got to buy the crawling insect type. Crawling like that fucking cockroach. The crawling type. That hides when the lights turn on. That's what we're talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Oh, they took the buggy out this morning. They're practicing. Yeah, it's still dark out here. One of Gina's kids. Why am I calling her Gina? Well, so what most people don't know, her real name is Gina. But she goes by the name of Gilda. You thought you knew it all, didn't y'all? Geena. Gigi. Ah, what a lovely, gorgeous morning it is. Oh, did you just listen to it? I just did too, the whole, because I only heard minutes of it, and I got up at my normal time. I got up and I started to listen. Yeah, Jay was going at it big time. Oh, I'm going to tell you what, I don't care what Jay thinks about me. Jay spoke what's on his mind. Whether he was drinking or not drinking or whatever, Jay got it out. He got it down. He got it down. Frisbee was bounced like a waffle iron from the flame. He got it down. Good for you, Jay. Good for you. Now, I don't know why Jay's calling me a piece of shit. I don't think that was accountable for, really. I never had really any bad dealings with Jay. But that's okay. I didn't get my feelings hurt because Jay never called me a pedophile. But Jay did defend me on that and says, in other words, he thinks Frank may be a lot of things, but the one thing I know, he's not a fucking pedophile. Thank you for that, Jay. Well, I already know I'm not, but I appreciate at least the support on that, besides you calling me a piece of shit. But I won't get my feelings hurt, I guarantee. My feelings are not hurt. Thank you. Strawberry fields forever. Strawberry fields forever. Oh, I'm kind of vivacious this morning. I think what's going on here, that the cockroach is so fucking pressured right now when he feels the best and only friend that he's ever had in the Philippines was Jay. They were roomies. They drank together, hung together. And it was the only real person, the real deal, the only real person that he felt would support him. But you see, the fact is, Jay knows stuff that a lot of you all don't know. He knows a lot. Probably okay. Jay is the only person. He is the only person that knows the in and outs of the cockroach. And boy, does he know stuff, because he spent time with the cockroach. A lot of time. He's seen how the cockroach treated other female cockroaches. And he knows. He knows. He absolutely knows. There's no fucking doubt about it. He knows. He fucking knows. If you want an expert on a cockroach, you talk to Jay. He'll tell you information that'll curl your hair if it's straight, or it'll straighten your hair if it's curly in regards to the cockroach. The cockroach got himself in a world of trouble, so he wanted to get even. We figured this. Everybody knows what's going on here. Everybody knows that the cockroach was behind his girlfriend, pushing her, pushing her, pushing her, pushing her. Do this for me, do that for me. An indentured servant. She became an indentured servant to him. Now, by the way, that's actually supportive for his girlfriend from me. And don't expect too much support in light of something. Keep that in mind. I'll support her so much when the best thing she could ever do in her life, if she wants to continue her life, be happy, and have a good life, is to get away from crawling insects. Crawling insects only bite you. Here, here's an example right here. Crawling insect did that to a crease in my arm, okay? The crawling insect did that. And that's what crawling insects do. They need to be squashed. Got to get out that proverbial can of bug spray and spray them. Just like you got to spray the cockroach. Yeah, get off fucking YouTube. A little bit late for that. Stay off YouTube. You shouldn't even be on your goddamn phone in your cockroach den. He talks big talk. Yeah, come and see me. Attacking Jay for telling the truth. I'll give Jay one credit, that he speaks what's on his mind, which I've always have. I got to give him that credit. He'll lay it out when he's in the mood. Get Jay in the mood and he'll just come on there. Doesn't do a lot of shows, but when he does, well, speaks his mind about MJ and the rest of the creeps. So let's give a little kudos. Even though he called me a piece of shit, I'll get over it. For speaking his mind. That's all I've ever done on my show. Speak my mind. And if it hurts somebody's feelings, as the cockroach likes to say, no, cockroaches never hurt my feelings. That he hasn't done, because I examined the source of where all these harsh words and allegations and so forth and labels that he has bestowed upon me. I examined the source. It's coming from a fucking sick, mentally ill criminal, because that's exactly what he is. The cockroach is a fucking criminal. He's done harm to so many people from the minute he stepped into this glorious country. Caused nothing but trouble. Countless people, countless women, victims I call them. Countless damage. There is no more damage control. There is no control anymore on the damage, because he who speaks from the cockroach den and laughs at other people, including myself. Well, who's in a cockroach den right now? Will I be there someday? I don't know. Who knows? But I certainly hope I'll be in the next cell right next to you. Personally, I don't think that's going to happen. And a lot of people are going to be pissed off on that. Let's say it did. Play the devil's advocate. He wouldn't like me there. I guarantee he wouldn't like me being anywhere near him. Because if I was ever being deported, then I ain't got nothing to lose. Nothing. Him being a matter of yards or feet away from me, he'd be locking himself in his own fucking cockroach den. Guards, where's the lock? Put it on here. He wouldn't be able to sleep at night, not knowing if I'm going to be hovering over him for all the shit that he said about me. I'll be I am his biggest nightmare, but I'll be an even a bigger nightmare to him. Because if I was in that situation, if I was, it's not, me doing shows talking about him and all his dastardly deeds. I'd be right there. And talking about pissing your pants, I think the only thing his girlfriend would need to bring him is some Depends to catch all that fucking urine that's going to run down his fucking legs uncontrollably. That's a fact, son. All the hurt you fucking did to people, all the stress you put on my girlfriend for all this shit, making fun of her because she has multiple children, which I don't understand what's wrong with that in the first place. At least she has children that love her, that she's not avoiding like you are, cockroach. Running away from responsibility all your fucking life. All your fucking life. Running away from responsibility. The world owes you something. Oh, the world does not owe you diddly squiddly. The world don't owe you shit. Let's get that straight. The world don't owe you shit. But for some reason, you think the world owes you. For what? What do they owe you? What have you done good in your life? What have you done good in the world? What have you done good for anyone? Oh, acting like you love the Filipino. No, you love the Filipino girls. The only thing you love about the Philippines. Let me tell you something. True pedophiles. Now, I want to make it straight. We're not calling him a pedophile here. But what I'm going to say is that a lot of people who come here, true pedophiles, they come from the States, everywhere else, they figure that Philippines is an easy peasy place to go pick up young, poor, naive Filipinas. It happens all the time. That crazy love of mine. It's an easy pickup place for these creeps. And when the cockroach starts calling people fucking pedophiles, that's pushing it really hard. Not to say there ain't pedophiles out here coming from everywhere. There is. But I don't know. Does this guy have a guilt conscience or something? What's really going on? What's really going on? Why is he being so defensive? Why is that? Why is that? Did something hit a nerve? So he's going to lash out and call people, and certain people, pedophiles and chomos and child molesters. I can tell you about another creep who is probably simulcasting me right now. Another creep that's retired. All he does is talk about the Philippines as if he's living here. And he hasn't been in the Philippines in 40 fucking years. Who sits there and also calls people, pedophiles and so forth. Let me tell you something. That's another guy that would be pissing his pants. Major. Major. If anybody encountered him. So he sits there recording people making skits. But if somebody, you remember when, who was mad at him? A couple of people. Oh, there they come. Buggy here. He's not going to be here for long. There you go. The new buggy. The kid's practicing on it. Here we go. Live, I tell you. Live, I tell you. Good job. Her son's driving. Good job. All right, she's smiling in the back seat here. All right, look at them. The new buggy, folks. Yeah. Yeah, you can turn around in here. So how's it going? Is it going okay?
Yeah.
Are you getting the hang of this? All right, I'm proud of you. I'm very proud of you. Look at that thing. It's slick. It's sleek. You think the cockroach could afford that? That's cash, my friends. That's cash. Strawberry fever. Right on. Look at him go. I still haven't gotten on that thing yet. Sooner or later. There you go. Look at that. Hatasu! Look at him go. Look at that. Yeah, baby. Only responsible people got their shit together. Could afford this. Could afford that. The cockroach could never be in that position. Ever. Could he afford this? Hell no. That's the best accommodation that cockroach is ever going to fucking have. Oh, you want to try to reverse it? Okay. It's probably the best way to go in there rather than hitting it against something. Look at that, guys. Look at that, huh? Personally, I prefer a car, but too much maintenance and gasoline and all that shit. There you go. The only way to learn is to just do it. Right on. There you go. Look at your mirrors. Look at this beauty. Isn't it slick? The dog. Very, very good. Very good. All right. I like it. Let me come in. Well, I've got the gate open here.
Huh?
So he did well? Where did you go?
School. To the school.
You went all the way down? You did? Oh, no shit. So you took your brother to school. Right on, man. Do you feel comfortable with that? Mm-hmm. No problem? You got everything figured out? Because he knows how to ride a motorcycle. So he knows how to ride a motorcycle. I mean, this is like easy peasy stuff. All right. That's good.
Yeah.
Although you haven't, Gina, you haven't done it yet. You're going to start learning. Well, me too. That's easy to work. It doesn't take a genius. Even a cockroach could figure this out. But it's just being careful on the road. I don't care if you're in a car, motorcycle, scooter, whatever, or an electric vehicle like this. Look at that, Popeye. I bet it's better than yours.
A Christmas gift for kids.
That's right. Yeah, we think about the children. That's right. Unlike the cockroach who owes child support to his little cockroachettes, who denies that he owes any child support. You louse. Only thing I care about is my girlfriend and my son. How about, Cheyenne? You don't care about Cheyenne? Come on, man. If you cared about your son, you would have been in his life instead of running away from the goddamn child support. That's what you would have done. What do you think, Popeye, huh? Huh? Only I don't got only American flags all over it, I can see you now with all the American flags. You probably have a little recording on there. Probably goes a little ditty like this. Yeah, get those nautical songs on there. In the Navy, in the Navy, in the Navy, where I've been. Though I talk a lot of shit, I spit a lot of spit, I'm still in Florida and never in the Philippines. 'Cause he can't afford to do so, and he's also afraid to do so, 'cause he made so many enemies. Right, Robert? Carl's laughing here. This is what fucking money gets you, my friend. It gets you a house. It don't matter who it is. Don't give a shit. I don't have to pay rent here. It was not free. I bought this puppy in cash. I didn't steal money off anybody. I bought this puppy in cash. Cash. Crisp money. Laid it down on a table to make it a reality. Oh, it's not your house. The fuck it ain't. As long as I'm alive, it's my house. And hers. As long as I'm fucking alive, it's my fucking house. And hers. And because I give a shit about the lady that I'm with, because I give a shit, I take care of her. That's what buying her a house is. And like I said, nobody's a simp over here. I didn't buy this house until 6 years. 6 years into the relationship. 6 years. 6. Not 6 weeks, not 6 months. 6 years, Robert. I hear you, goat. That's right. This expensive house here, bought in cash, motherfucker. And it's our house. And when I kicked the bucket, well, it's always been her house. Because I'm generous. And I was able to afford to buy this house, Robert. You inherited your fucking house, or else you would have never been able to buy a house. You inherited the house because Jean, your mom, passed away. Bless her soul. That's right. Bless her soul. Have to raise you when you should have been fucking aborted, mofo. That's right. Cash. Cash. In the Navy. In the Navy. In the Navy. There I was. But then I got a job at a local Walmart. Then I joined the Parks Department. And that's the one I love. How many times has Robert been making fun of me because I'd worked for the Parks Department? Well, guess what, folks? And I didn't notice for a while. He works for the Parks Department. Oh, the irony. Like working for the Parks Department was a bad thing. No, it wasn't a bad thing. It was a great thing for the most part. Good benefit, bennies, and all that shit. That's right. Paid for, mofos. Paid for. The new vehicle here. Paid for. Cash. Cash. It's how you do it. It's how you do it. Yeah, Jay's right about one thing. All these fucking losers that want to point fingers and make fun of people and hope that they have a bad life and hope that they drop dead. Well, I don't know about you guys, but time doesn't stay still for anybody. You're all going to be sooner than others. Look at Ricky. Jesus Christ, his clock is ticking away. The guy's going to explode like an overfed goldfish. Can he afford to talk? Look at that girlfriend he has. A carbon copy of him. How did that happen? A fucking carbon copy. The space between the teeth. The space between the teeth. The weight. Would you actually want to display that chick? Bless her soul. Oh, you got him on video. Oh, that's fantastic. Let me see that. Did he have it on the second gear?
Yeah.
That's what Dennis uses, second gear. In the Navy, in the Navy. I can see him now with his mobility scooter. All the flags waving. Oh, look at that, on the road. Let me see. Oh, yeah, look at him go on the road. He felt pretty confident and everything.
Yeah.
Look at that. Isn't that cool, guys? Cockroach can never afford anything like this. Well, there's not anybody on the road. That's a good time to practice, actually. Hey, that's pretty cool. All right, he took right to it. Took right to it. Ah, tea time. Oh, yes, get all the cobwebs out in the morning.
I think it's 3 bars already.
Is on 3 bars?
Yeah, when running 3 bar. But if not running, so they come back that one. But that
Yeah, when it hits below 3 bars.
below 3 bars, you need to charge.
Yeah. But you only got to charge, you got to know how much. You don't want to overcharge a battery on that, yeah.
They charge you below 2 bars, you charge 4 hours.
4 hours on 4
But
bar.
if 1 bar left, so you charge 8.
So it has a maximum speed of 40 on there, maximum speed, and it has a distance of 60 kilometers. 60 kilometers. That's cool. That means you could go downtown, do what you got to do, shopping. If you want to go from here to up into Bantayan, you can go there and you can come back, and then you have to recharge. Now, it's actually pretty cool, but I've noticed in town, look at that, see, I got bit right there between the crease of my arm. I noticed that I'm seeing more and more and more of these electric bikes, vehicles in Santa Fe. It saves on gas. Of course, you have limitations like any electric vehicle on the market. You have to charge it. But you're not polluting the atmosphere. You're not spending money on gasoline. And like I said, we pay a guy who's practically our personal driver. Well, he is actually. And how much we pay him, because, generally me and Gina, we go together, we go downtown. That's two
200.
people you got to pay for. And if he
200.
waits for us, we have to pay extra, then taking us back. And if you add that up, and I really haven't had the time to really add it up, it comes to quite a bit of money at the end of the month. Quite a bit. So she figured, why not buy one of these electric doohickeys? And
Kids use for
the kid could use it,
school or something.
school, whatever, this, that, take his brother to school, pick up whatever,
Early morning.
Yeah. Well, that's the best. Early morning, there's not many people on the road and all that. They're very easy to drive. So when you first turn the throttle on an electric vehicle, it's like it almost jumps a little bit,
Yeah, because you need to control
the throttle.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, they're easy to operate. You just got to get used to it like anything else. It's nothing, that you need to have studied brain science to figure out. It's just an electric vehicle. Normally, I would not buy a regular car that was electric because, they're catching on fire and all kinds of shit. They haven't gotten it down.
This my sister car said we want to. Why you didn't buy my car? My sister.
Your sister? Oh,
Yeah, because we don't use it, just only here in parking.
no, I don't want to. I really love to have a truck. I just don't see the reason for it. What, just to drive around on the island here? Nah. I do miss driving, though. I mean, a real car. Hello, Mazda 9. Good morning to you, sir. I never found it beneficial for myself to talk about my finances. IMO. That's the kind of stuff that doesn't need to be discussed. Okay, is there a point to this? We're not discussing finances here. I was just saying that my lady went out and bought an electric trike. And since we've been labeled broke all the time, how the fuck did I buy this house? How did I buy anything? How? Money don't grow on trees last time I checked. Well, I'm not saying with how much money I'm worth. I'm not getting too personal on that. I'm just saying that when you have proper planning
Yeah,
before you move,
I'm planning that electric bike before, but I said, packet that one, maybe Christmas or something like that because a lot of expenses. So now I decided to get that electric bike.
and that she did. That she did.
So you're surprised.
What's this flush? What does flush mean? You're telling people that Mazda 9, am I sensing a little sense of negativity coming from you? From you, Mazda 9? What are you trying to say, Mazda? What are you trying to say? Just say it. Say it. Say it, Mazda. Those who can afford can, and those who cannot afford cannot. Can I make that any clearer? That's what I'm saying. Cautious for what? Be cautious for what? Why are you saying be cautious? Cautious for what? What do we got to be cautious of? To say that we got our shit together? Be cautious about that. Be proud of the fact that you don't have to depend on fucking women to fucking survive. You gotta, all I'm saying is that you have to plan. Because when I moved to the Philippines, I didn't move out here broke. There was a previous house I sold in Seattle. Never wasted all that money. I knew what I was doing when I moved to Hawaii, and I knew what I was doing while I was in Hawaii. And I knew that by buying a house, it was going to be an investment. The word is investment. And it paid off. The market was good. I already owned land in Hawaii. And it went from there. Built the house. Market was good. Sold the motherfucker. Well, thank you. Take a little bit different perspective on what you're saying to me. Now, I'm not boasting about money. I'm not made of money. Please don't get me wrong. I apologize if I'm making it sound like that. No, I'm not. I'm not rich by anybody's standards. By American standards, certainly not. Popeye laughs about, well, Frank's only making about $1,500 a month from his Social Security. Well, you know what, dude? I've always survived from day one on my Social Security. Met all our needs. Never had a problem with that. But the difference is, take the Social Security check out of the picture for a second. The question is, did you tuck away a little in the bank for an emergency? Hey, let me tell you, I wasn't kidding. When I had all this kidney stone shit going on, it was quite elaborate. And I'm not kidding you, it probably cost us over 400,000 pesos or more. I know more because I had to do more tests. I just went for another test the other day just to kind of keep the maintenance going. Because I was getting some dull flank pain. It turns out it's muscles. And I was concerned. So what did I do? You do what a normal, educated man would do. Go and get another urinalysis. And if you have a question about something, you find out about it. That's what you do. It's called maintenance. If you have a question about something, you go and get it checked out. That's what normal thinking people do. That's what normal people do. So I went over to the lab, and I brought my paperwork over to one of my local doctors I've been seeing for a long time, whenever I needed to. And I was so happy to hear that I did not need an antibiotic, that there was no pus cells, there was nothing in the urine. Made me feel better. Because people don't understand what's involved when you have a kidney stone that got infected, that wind up infecting one of your organs, man. They don't realize the ramifications of that. You can get sepsis, and you'll die from that. Kid you not, you will die from that. You know, like Fazio, he waited too late. He'd be around, blessing us. He'd be around right now blessing us every day with his shows and banging the pot, making He wasn't a forward-thinking man. He didn't have the capability. He was just cheap. Let's just call a spade a spade. He was cheap. He was petty. And it cost him his life. And yes, it is true that I have counseled Michael Fazio. As much as this guy was a piece of fucking shit who was behind all this shit going on in Hawaii, talking to the tenants, I could go on and on and on what this guy did. A lot of you have no idea how involved he was. A lot of you have no clue. No clue whatsoever. Now, I'm not going to sit here and say I'm happy he's dead. I don't really wish death on people, no matter what you think. Even Popeye, I can't stand that motherfucker. He would never, if I showed up at his fucking door, he'd piss his pants on the spot. If anybody showed up at his door, and everybody knows where he lives. Oh, the cockroach says, when I'm back in America, and he's pretty confident about that, but he's going to take care of business on his home ground. Shit, dude. The only way you can take care of business, cockroach, is with a weapon in your hand, like a knife that you put up to the waitress. You coward. You fucking coward. Because that's what you are. You're a fucking coward. All this fucking talk, but he can't walk the walk. It's all this blah, 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 blah talking that got him into more trouble than he's ever imagined he'd ever be in his life. He met his match. Well, I outmatch him any fucking time in every fucking way, in every respect. But he don't understand that. He dealt with the wrong person. I'm not just a person on YouTube that says, I'm going to do something. And don't do it. I did it. I'm a man of my word. I don't have to make shit up. I don't have to do anything. I did it. Where is he right now? Tell me where he is right now. Where are you right now, cockroach? Where are you? Where are you? Where are you? Oh, I can see on here that Popeye is simulcasting. Of course he is. Hey, what do you think of the new vehicle there, Popeye? I'm sure it's better than yours, but the difference between me and you, a lot of differences, is that I'm not using it as a mobility vehicle because I ain't fucking crippled. The difference with you is you're crippled in body and you're crippled in your fucking mind. That's the difference. That's the difference. You're crippled in your fucking mind. You sit there in your inherited house that you never bought, you can never afford to buy it. You talk about Philippines and you try to learn the language, and you haven't been in the Philippines in 40 fucking years. The in-house expert, Robert Clausen, the in-house expert. Expert in nothing. Nothing. That's who you are. So sit there and do simulcast because it makes you so happy. The original, the only, My Philippines Interest, who survived 9 years on YouTube. There's those who tried and there's those who failed to try to destroy me. Still here. Unless something happens, I'll still be here one way or the other. You're a piece of shit, Robert. You know that. You talk about other people's lives, but why don't you examine your own life? What are you doing right now? You're simulcasting my broadcast, is what you're doing. You got that much time on your hands. Seriously. Pretty sad. That's your hobby? What happened? General Hospital got canceled? Like all the other soap operas, Robert? Aw. Did they get canceled? Poor boy. Poor thing, as we say in Hawaii. Poor thing. Poor thing. That's your life after the Navy? Your illustrious career? You haven't had a fucking woman since your wife divorced you. What does that say, Robert Clausen? What does that say, Robert Clausen? You sure say a lot on your shows about me. You sure talk a lot of shit. But if myself or anybody else confronted you, you better get out the depends. Because you would be pissing your pants. And we don't forget how some people threatened you. Then you got off YouTube for an extended period of time, hiding in Jean's house, your mom's house, hiding like another fucking cockroach. There's retribution in people's lives all the time, Robert. Go hide in Jean's house, Mama's house. I personally think you should have been a fucking aborted. Or maybe you are a walking, talking abortion. That's your life in a nutshell. That is your life. Get on here and do simulcast. That's what you do. With your khaki pants and socks that go up to your fucking knees, and your mobility scooter, which is not just a piece of transportation, it's a need. And what about your good friend Nico? Only lives a 40-minute drive from you. Why haven't you gotten together with Nico, the other fucking loser? Why is that? Because you don't want people to see how fucked up you are. You don't want people to see what you look like. You will never go on camera because you'll be too embarrassed to put your sorrowful ass on camera. You're the one that's hiding in the shadows, Robert Clausen. You're the one that's hiding in the shadows, nobody else. You're hiding. How does it feel to be critiqued? Oh, wait a minute, you're the one that critiques everybody else. You took that master position, a glorified security guard with the Navy. Let me see your pass, sir. Okay, go ahead. Then he leaves the Navy, works for the Parks Department. You know, the kind of department that he's been laughing at, saying that I pick up condoms in the Parks Department. What were you doing, Popeye? You picking up condoms in the Parks Department? Now, I'm not knocking your job. I think the Parks Department was a great job, if I say so myself. Now, if it would have stayed a little longer, yeah, it would have been okay. But you see, I didn't inherit a house or anything like that. You're afraid to leave that house because you're still attached to your deceased mother's apron strings. And you can't leave that house. It's your burrow. It's your burrow. You're afraid to leave your burrow except to go to the store or go to bingo or go to Walmart. Oh yeah, you're living a very exciting life, Popeye, Robert Clausen. You're living an extraordinary, exciting life. And you talk about mine. Well, you know what, Popeye? You make judgment of my life, but I'm the only one that can make judgment on my life, whether I'm happy or not. You can put on all the shows you want to put on about me. Call me every name in the book. And he's another one that's called me a pedophile. Robert, let me tell you something, in complete honesty. You ever call that shit to my face? If I was close enough to you, I'd beat the living snot out of you, ex-Navy man. You know I would beat the snot out of you, but the coward you are behind your laptop, behind your microphone, spewing out all the hate that you put out, and you call me a hater. I'm not a hater, I'm a lover. But you got no love to give anybody, Robert. All this time since your wife divorced you, you still haven't been with a woman, because if you did, you would be boasting about it. No woman wants you because you are toxic. You are obnoxious, and you're just as cocky as the cockroach. You're just as cocky as the cockroach. How's that for a mouthful, Robert Clausen? I don't know how you come on here and do these skits and simulcast as if your shit don't stink. We know how you ran away many times when you had people saying they were going to come to Florida and confront you. You got off YouTube for extended periods of time. Folks, that's exactly what he did. To his listening audience right now, that's exactly what Robert did. Oh yeah, call me a pedophile to my face. See if that would work for you, sir. I don't think that would work. But you want to be brave like all these other shitheads behind the microphone, behind the safety of your abode, to pump out all this vicious shit. But you know damn well, and so does your viewers, that you would never confront anybody except through the confines of your little self-made prison that you inherited from Gene. Isn't that what it really is? Did Popeye's wife really upgrade to a black man? It don't matter what fucking color the guy is. I think that's the case. What was he saying about my ex-wife? That she left me for a black man? Well, let me straighten that out. She didn't leave me for a black man. I divorced her for being unfaithful with a black man. Let's get the story straight. Don't matter what his color is, whether he's Indian, whatever, I don't care, yellow skin, red skin, it don't matter. I divorced her. It wasn't the other way around. I didn't wait. I didn't wait at all. When I found that shit out, kicked her out of the fucking house. Get your shit, call your sister up. Come over here, pick you up, and go over and stay at your mom's in the fucking trailer park. In the fucking trailer park. And yes, I got custody of my daughter. You betcha I did. May the best parent win. I not only got custody, I had the capability of getting custody of my daughter, actually. Back up. I had the ability not only to get that, but she was paying me child support every month. How about that? For a bingo bonus, Robert. Yeah, he fucking beat up on his wife in a drunken fucking stupor. And he talks about the cockroach beating up on his wife. What did Robert do? He beat up on his fucking wife. But now, bless her soul, whoever she was, she's happy. She's got a business going. She couldn't do that with Robert. No, she couldn't do that with Robert. He was just a nasty, mean old fucking piece of shit that wasn't satisfied with his career. That's why he embellishes his career in the Navy so much. I was in the Navy, in the Navy, in the Navy. That's where I was. But the point is, where are you now, Robert? You're simulcasting me right now. That's where you are, Robert. That's what you're doing. You're simulcasting me. That's your life. You're as obsessed with me than the fucking cockroach is with me. You're obsessed. You're absolutely obsessed because that's all you've got to look forward to. Oh, let me look at my phone. Let me see if Frank put on a show on here. Let's see if the cockroach put on a show. Who could I talk about today? Well, when his soap operas disappeared on television, you know, YouTube became his soap opera. And that's what he's doing right now. YouTube became, it always was. It always was. So that's what you're doing with your retired life, huh? Really? Wow, something to be proud of, Robert. Oh, am I hurting your feelings? Are your feelings hurt, Robert? Stefan says, Jay's live stream really opened up everybody's eyes. Man, he changed the game. Yes, he did, getting off Popeye. Why do you think the cockroach retreated? Well, I'm getting off YouTube because everybody's turning against me. Ah, ah. Poor thing. Poor thing. You gotta feel sorry for the cockroach. He realized that the jig was up. And people know exactly about his background. I ain't gonna go into more detail about that. It speaks for itself. When you're guilty, you run into hiding, just like Popeye. And when he was going to be confronted by somebody, he ran away up to 6 months to a year and didn't come back on YouTube. Now that's a fact, son. Popeye wishes he had the cockroach's life. That would be an upgrade, I think, for Popeye. Oh, now you're regretting you're doing this simulcast, aren't you? Of course, there'll be his little soliloquy when I sign off on here, as usual. And the same shit comes out of his mouth, the same as a fucking cockroach. He makes his little analysis of me. You know what? You should be making an analysis of yourself. In fact, you should go and get a psychoanalysis, is what you need. You're a decrepit old man. You're wasting away. You're fucking gin rummy and your pack of camels. And I know you smoke, Popeye. It takes a smoker to know another smoker. I hear those little telltale coughs after you finish a sentence. I know you smoke. And he's making fun of me because I smoke. Well, I hopefully soon will be ending that. But nevertheless, he's a smoker. And unless you smoke, you'll know when somebody's a smoker. You'll know. You know, there's something in the voice. Sometimes it becomes a little gravelly. And there's that telltale little cough at the end of the sentence all the time. And you hear that with Robert. He points his accusative finger to everybody. Because they do this and that. Or you're going to die if you're smoking. Or I hope you die. Damn what he did with Mike Kaysen, man. I can't help but bring that shit up, man. You know, whether you liked Mike Kaysen or not, he was a human. Mike Kaysen, he had a serious heart condition, man. But Popeye made fun of that. Like that was a funny thing. Oh, the only way he's coming out of that hospital is with a fucking toe tag on. That's what he said. He even said he hopes I die. No wonder his fucking woman left him. How could you stay with somebody as toxic and caustic as this man? I am so absolutely happy for his wife. I am so ecstatically happy that she made the move and said, enough is enough. Am I hurting your feelings, Robert? Too bad the cockroach will still be locked up when Jay Real Deal gets to Cebu. I hope Jay does confront him. And you can see how scared he was of Jay because Jay was my best friend. I loved him like a brother. To try to kind of appease the situation with Jay, to appeal to Jay's sensitivity. I loved him like a brother. You can't love anybody, cockroach. You are not capable of loving, not even yourself. Stefan says Popeye's just another guy that's jealous that you're living there and they are not. He can't live here. He made too many enemies. He would never feel comfortable. You would think that he'd be able to afford to make in 40 years, whatever it's been, you would think he'd be able to make a trip to the Philippines, except acting as the in-house expert on the Philippines, living his life vicariously through myself and other people on YouTube. Isn't that what you're doing, Robert? Isn't that exactly what you're doing? You're living your life vicariously through people on YouTube because you're afraid to make a trip to the Philippines because you pissed off so many fucking people. It's like the cockroach started saying, I don't think I even want to come back to the Philippines. If he could. And he's not going to be able to. Just a fact. He's not going to be able to come back. Forget about marrying his girlfriend. That ain't going to happen. It's not going to happen. It is not. I'll repeat it again. It is not going to happen. A broke Johnny Somali. Good one. Too bad the cockroach still be locked up when... Oh, yeah, Jay gets the Cebu. Yeah. Jay's got a temperament. Make no bones about it. He's got a temperament. Especially if he's drinking. And forget about this love relationship with Jay, cockroach. That's over with. I got to give Jay credit when it's due, whether Jay thinks I'm a piece of shit or whatever he thinks. But Jay said it himself, that the cockroach is in no position to call anybody a pedophile. He's in no position. Jay knows a lot more, folks, than he's willing to put out. And he's pretty much put out some stuff that kind of says a few things, didn't he? Something to think about, isn't it? Something to think about. The man out there that was calling me a child molester, a child predator, a chomo, a groomer. Well, the pot calling the kettle black, is that what it is? Well, everybody has their own opinion on here. Stefan says, Jay said that he saw him and the others looking at that stuff. I believe Jay. I believe Jay. He has no reason to bullshit about somebody he knows very, very well. He has no reason. So, this is what I'm saying. Now, I'm not blatantly calling the cockroach that name. Nope, not going to do that. I just say if the shoe fits, fucking wear it, man. But don't be pointing your finger like Popeye does. The guy that's living a horrible life, inherited his mother's house. The only way he ever be able to get a house was from inheritance. He wasn't exactly a successful person, but he wants to try to find fault with people and point out people's fault when this guy is just ridden with fucking fault. Oh, am I embarrassing you to your viewers, Popeye? I'm sorry. I'm sorry. So sorry. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. Not sorry at all. Your sorry life, it's such a strife. People should feel sorry for you. Sitting in your chair, doing a simulcast. It's really sad to see. Between you and me, there's obviously a difference. Somebody that can't live up to my life. His life is strife. See at his computer. Oh, what a life. Ex-Navy man who couldn't make it any further. Got a job in the parks. Soap operas disappeared. And now his life is on YouTube, making fun of everybody because he doesn't have a life. Ain't that the truth? Let's see here. Stefan says, why would Jay make that up? What does he have to gain? Nothing. You're right. Sailing the final months of his life. Well, you know, I don't live the most exciting life in the world, but I'm still alive. I appreciate even the little things I have in life. Oh, and what did Popeye say? That I don't have a family. I don't have a family. They're not my family. They hate me. He's not living here. He doesn't know the interrelationship I have with both my girlfriend and her family. He doesn't have anybody. He's got his daughter that lives there. She probably wheels him around in a fucking wheelchair and escorts him to his mobility scooter. He's got nothing but that damn computer. He's got nothing but that cell phone in his hand. He's got nothing. Nothing. And he has the goal to try to dictate as to what he thinks my life is like. You're not in a position to do that, Robert. You've never been in a position. Look at your situation. Why don't you contemplate your life and what you've accomplished so far? What have you accomplished? I know, in the Navy, I was in the Navy. That's all you got to fall back on. It's all you got to fall back on. The Navy. His illustrious career. That's it. He hasn't had a woman since. Not since. What does that say about his fucking life? What does that say about his life? He's on here right now doing a simulcast. I got something just for you. In the Navy that I was before, I was in the Navy, can't you see? It makes a quality person out of me. I never did nothing with my life, my wife left me. Was that right? There had to be a reason, we know there was a reason why she left your sorry ass. It could have been for me, but it never turned out my life the way I wanted to. But I was in the Navy and I boast about it all the time. That's all I ever got to talk about and live for. Navy, in the Navy, that was me. I was in the Navy, can't you see? That makes me somebody special. It really makes me special, but nobody sees it that way. I'm sure you enjoyed that little thing there. That little ditty. That little ditty. Oh, you gotta love it, man. You gotta love it. What else we got for him here? What else we got here? What else we got? One more for him. We gotta find one more. You're a sad case, Robert. You know that? You are a sad fucking case. Well, of course, a cockroach is a sad case, but you know what? Reflect upon yourself, Robert. Reflect upon yourself and your life. We're not going to give you any tiny little violin players to feel sorry for you. The little ant that could, the little ant that should, the sorrowful life of Robert Clausen. We don't feel sorry for you, Mr. Robert Clausen. Your sad case is sad as can be. There's no reason for you to be bossing. You sit there at your computer, and that's all the life you have. You have nothing else better to do. You become a slave to your own house. The clown. The poop-eye clown. You're a funny man, Robert. They're not laughing with you, Popeye. They're laughing at you. Laugh, clown, laugh. But we'll see who gets the last laugh. Your body's rotting. Lack of activity. His best activity is going on a computer and finding somebody to attack. Anybody. Making simulcasts. Oh, could Popeye really be the original copycat channel after all? Lord knows he has time on his hands. Laugh, clown, laugh. What a sad case. What a sad, sad case. Laugh though your heart is breaking. Laugh though your heart is aching. Laugh, clown, laugh. It's kind of hard being alone. I'm sure it's been an immense hardship on him. Loneliness is a horrible thing. You're a fucking clown, dude. You're a fucking clown. You're a clown. That's all you are. You're a fucking clown. That's what you are. Yeah. When this guy dies, cause of death, uggled himself to death. He uggled himself to death. He was so ugly in character. I'm sure when his time comes to expire, I'm sure there's going to be a lot of people be standing up and applauding. I'd be the first one. Because the guy actually seriously does have evil in his heart. Proven every time he does a show. But does he ever do a regular show and talk about any kind of topic matter? Same as the other guy? Because he has nothing to talk about except spewing his hate. And why do people spew their hate like he does? Because they're not happy with their lives and how it turned out. In Robert's case, he's living a sad, lonely fucking life. Thank God for bingo. Bingo! I hit a note. Bingo! Right on target with this guy. Oh, am I hurting your feelings, Robert? Robert, I wish somebody had a video camera. I wish somebody would come to your house and come to your door and see your reaction and watch the piss roll down your fucking legs. When somebody actually has the balls to come over your abode that you inherited and gives you a piece of their mind. Oh, I would pray for that day. and I'm not even religious, I would pray for that day. Pray for that day that somebody came over right to your fucking doorstep, right to your doorstep, and see how you're going to react to that person. I would love to see your face, your expression, if that ever transpired. Who says it won't? You can't hide all your life, Robert. It might be someday that somebody just kind of takes you on. It's not impossible. It's not improbable either. You talk the talk, but you can't walk the walk, and you probably can't even walk very well. Now, we're not going to make fun of the disabled. No, that's not my point here. My point is that this guy speaks a lot of shit. But if it came down to somebody actually approaching him, calling him out, in real life, calling his sorrowful ass out, he'd be hiding. And you would not hear him on YouTube like the last time. You would not hear him on YouTube for a long, 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 long time. So, getting off the topic of Popeye, I think I embarrassed him enough. Of course, Popeye is going to critique my show as he does every time he does a simulcast. Look, expect the expected. Expect the expected. That's all I can tell you. Somehow he has to qualify everything that I say on my show. And he knows I'm right about a lot of things on here, but he will not admit it. Instead, he'll just attack me. Just like how I pretty much painted a picture of who he is during his simulcast. He'll have to come in with some clever little soliloquy after the show. That's what he does. Because he's embarrassed as hell. Because maybe I spoke some truth, which he's incapable of. I think him and a cockroach should be great roommates. I can imagine him sitting around a bunch of other veterans at the old folks' home or something. I remember the days, boop, boop. I remember the days when a man was a man. And the man joined the service like I did. Join the service. You ain't a real man unless you join the service. Well, he joined the service, didn't make a man out of him, made it a coward out of him. Nothing but a fucking coward. A fucking coward. Who spews hate. He talks about haters. Who comes on YouTube and just spews hate. Every fucking show. Well, I got something to say about this. You ain't got shit to say about anything. Because you're in no fucking position to talk about anybody. Got my point? Hey, by the way, how many medications are you on? You won't talk about that, would you? Well, Frank's on benzos. Hey, man, like I said, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. If you're diabetic, you take a diabetic medicine. If you got high blood pressure, hypertension, you take medicine for that. Right? Right or wrong? You can't make fun of people that are taking fucking prescription medicines. Does it help you? Does it not help you? Help you get to sleep? Does it help control your blood pressure? It can help control your sugar level? Yes or no? People take medication. Oh, that's something new. I never heard of that. People take medication. And he attacks people for taking medication. Like I said, if it ain't broke, don't fucking fix it. If you have some kind of a problem, you take care of it. You don't act like a hero. Say, oh man, I'm too much of a man to take a prescription medication while he's croaking. Like fucking Fazio, who thought he was a real fucking man. A real man takes care of business. And I think I'm a person who does take care of business. That's a qualified statement, by the way. All right, so the cockroach ran away in the woodwork. He should have done that a long time ago. A long, long time ago. No, I've never met him, and if I did, he'd be pissing his fucking pants. If anybody did, he'd be pissing his pants. He's got some enemies out there. So what do crumbuns like him do when they're living a horrible life, when they're afraid of everybody? They go on their show, and they go under some major attack. Character flaws. When he doesn't have any flaws. I think he's got a lot of them. But he ain't going to admit that. Because he thinks he's a real man because he went in the fucking military. Of sorts. Doesn't make him a fucking real man. I think the best job he ever fucking had was in the parks department. Maybe he was picking up fucking condoms. By the way, I never picked up condoms. I actually never did. Never did. There's a limitation as to what I was going to do. I'd leave it for the next guy if there was condoms. I wouldn't go near that shit. Did I pick up litter? I sure did. Did I pressure wash things? I sure did. Did I work for the warehouse? I sure did. Did I work for horticulture? I sure did. Did I supervise crews? I sure did. I did all that. I made honest money. But then I find out, with all the attacks on me because I worked for a parks department, it turns out that he worked for the county parks department. Now, I did have a belly laugh on that one, because you see, in the past, I did not know that. And he was attacking me because I was working for the parks department. Lo and behold, he works for the parks department. Anyway, let's thank Jay for his little ditty regarding the fucking cockroach. Oh, he'll be on somehow. I think that Indian guy put a little fear in his heart. And he came over to him and told him to shut that fucking thing off. I'm trying to sleep. You're yelling too much. That guy's got nothing to lose because he's being deported. He didn't want to hear the cockroaches shit. He's probably in part fearing this guy if he starts talking and yelling into his phone and throwing profanities like he normally does. The guy didn't want to hear it. He ain't got nothing to lose. He's being deported. He's got nothing to lose. So now he's afraid of this guy. He's not ruling the third floor anymore. The Indian guy is now ruling the place. Isn't that a funny turn of events? Is that not? It's hilarious. It's hilarious. He said that if that Indian guy raises his hands to him, he's going to regret. Oh, he's upset. He was the boss man of the third floor. You're never the boss of anything. I run this place, he says. I run this place. You don't run shit except running your fucking mouth. That's all you run is your fucking mouth. You piece of shit. The only thing you run is your fucking mouth. That Indian guy probably going to beat the shit out of him. Well, we may not know about it. Oh, he'll find a way to go back on again. He's more concerned about his AdSense than his fucking legal position. Fuck the AdSense, man. The idea is to get out of that situation, not to put yourself deeper and deeper in shit. That's what you call somebody, again, Popeye loves for me to say this. I'm going to say it again, Popeye, just for you. By his own demonstration, Popeye, his own demonstration. And by your demonstration, Popeye, you're an idiot. You are lonely as fucking hell, and you're frustrated. And you are projecting your frustration, Popeye, as well as the cockroach. Stefan says there are really some tough Indian guys who just do not take any bullshit. Yeah, I know that for a fact. Back in India, a lot of them are surviving barely on nothing. And they had to learn to be tough. They had to learn to be tough. You can't blame them. Only the tough survive. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the show today. And this kind of brings me to a certain point now. I think if the cockroach ain't doing any more shows, and we've talked about everything we could, I don't know, maybe it's time for me to just take a little breather here. Oh, wait a minute. If I did that, I would be affecting the life of Robert. He lives for me, breathes for me. I remember there's a song that Sarah McLachlan, who's a really good singer, and I'm not much for lyrics, but I always remember this. I want to breathe your breath was a line in one of her songs. That means that you want to be so close to somebody that you want to breathe their breath. But somehow he wants to breathe my breath. I don't know if it's a sexual thing. He's attracted to me. I don't know. He wants to breathe my breath. Well, I could definitely tell you, I use mouthwash. But I wouldn't want to breathe his toxic breath. I could tell you that. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the show. Now you could go on your little hateful soliloquy, Popeye. Always has something to say after his simulcast. It's okay. You're not going to hurt my feelings, Robert. You couldn't if you wanted to. I pretty much put you up in shining lights, exposing what your life is all about. But I hope I didn't hurt your feelings too much. Popeye just faced a fact, Robert. Your illustrious career is over. You're retired now. And you talk about other people, oh yeah, they should be spending their life enjoying their retirement, as if you're pointing that finger to me saying that, and you did. But the fact is, what are you really doing, Robert? Only you really know that. But we figured it out a long time ago. You are that hateful motherfucker that you talk about all the time. You have a lot of regrets in your life. You never remarried. You never had another girlfriend since your wife divorced you. We don't know whether to feel sorry for you. Let's just laugh our asses off at you. I'm not going to be lonely for the rest of my life. You will, other than your daughter's presence in that house. Face it, you're a lonely man. You will continue to be lonely. You will die lonely. I certainly don't plan to, and I don't think that's going to happen. See what I'm saying, Robert? And Cockroach, I know you're listening. People got their spray cans out for you, man. You pissed a lot of people off, man. But you fucked with the wrong guy. The guy that's talking right now. You fucked with the wrong guy. Look where you are and look where you're going. And I'm going to ask you just one question. One question, that's all.